This is what we're making today. Let me show you how I use my Romeo to make it. It's Romeo Wednesday. Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. You see, we are making beautiful photo ornaments. These are glass ornaments that I made and I printed and cut using my Siser Romeo. I am going to demonstrate the full process for you. Don't worry if you have not gotten started with sublimation. I am going to show you really quickly how to do cute ornaments using infusible ink. Now, at the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's get started. The materials I'm using for this project include my Siser Romeo, PYD Life 3.5-inch glass sublimation ornaments. I have Hippo Sublimation ink in my printer. The printer that I'm using is my Epson EcoTank 2760 series printer. I will be using A-Sub sublimation paper, heat-resistant gloves, my Cricut heat press mat. I will use a sheet of Cricut infusible ink, butcher paper, and my heat press is the 16x20 auto open wallet press that I purchased from Heat Transfer Warehouse. I know that someone is going to ask about the heat plate cover that I have on the top platen of my heat press. It will be linked below. It was purchased from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Let's head over to the computer and get into Leonardo Design Studio. I am in Leonardo Design Studio. The first thing I'm going to do is click on the bottom menu and select a circle, and I will resize it to 3.6 inches in width. The height will automatically adjust to 3.6 also. Then I will duplicate the circle 3 more times because I am making a total of 4 ornaments. In order to duplicate the circles, I right-clicked on the mouse and I selected copy, and then I selected Control V as in Victor on my keyboard in order to get 3 additional circles. Now that I have the circles, the first thing I'll do is click open and navigate to where I have the photos saved. I'll click open. I'll bring the photo in as a background image. Once the photo comes in, the paper usually will resize. I just click on that right top box where it says page marks to get the paper back to the right size for me to view it. One thing that's important to remember is to keep the shape you're using in front of the photo. In this case, I'm using a circle, so I will right click on the circle, click order and send to front. Then I will start to position the photo on top of the circle, making sure that the circle shape is completely correct and that both of our faces are being shown in the circle. So I'm going to do that with every single photo. With this one, I'm having a bit of a hard time because our faces are just so close to the camera, but I'm going to do my very best and make sure that I have the full shape of the circle and that no part of the circle is cut off. Once I have it positioned correctly, I will select the circle and the photo, and I'll go to the bottom menu and select intersect. So now I have the first ornament complete. I'll work on the other 2 that are going to use photos, and I'll show you how to do that very quickly. I'll repeat this process by selecting a photo, clicking open, bringing the photo in as a background image, resizing the paper if I need to by clicking on the page marks option in the top right, making sure the photo is centered. Remember, the shape stays on top and the photo should be in the back. Once I have the image positioned exactly where I want it, I will select the photo and the shape, and the intersect option in the bottom menu. I will repeat this process for the last photo. For the ornament that I'm going to use infusible ink with, I'm going to just use the blank circle. I'm typing Houston Rockets Christmas 2023, and I'm going to use a font that I found online just called NBA Rockets. I will click the option to bold the font, and I will add it to the circle. So once I have it, I'm going to click next or apply, and then I will make sure the text is centered in the middle of the ornament blank just by resizing it smaller to fit inside the circle. Once I have it in there, I will select the text and the circle. I'll click arrange, and I will click center to get it centered in there. I will select the options at the bottom, and I will click the option to make compound path. Now I have my image that will be used as a cut only, so this will not be print and cut. In order to prepare the images for print and cut, I'll move them on the paper so that none of the images are touching. I will select each of them by just clicking on the first one and holding my shift key. I'll click on build contours and make sure that print and cut is selected. I'll click send design, and I will make sure they're right. Click send again. Once I get to this page, I would have 3 images that will be printed and 3 images that will be cut. Let me show you what my printer settings will look like, because remember, I'm not going to mirror my images because I'm sublimating on glass. So what I'm going to do is make sure my Epson EcoTank 2760 printer is selected. And what I'll do is click send to printer. I'll click properties, and I will select my preset that has the mirror off. Okay, so everything else, all of my settings will stay the same, except I will not be mirroring my images. Now let me show you how to prepare the image that will be using the infusible ink. For the ornament that I'm going to use the infusible ink on, I'm going to make sure that print and cut is not selected. I'm going to click send design, and I'm just making sure those other images are not on the mat. And this is what will be cut out. Everything I'll do from here will be back on the camera. Going to insert the mat into the machine. I like to just lift this clamp in the back and just insert the mat like this. Now with print then cut, you want to make sure, let me make sure you can see that you line up your blade somewhere in this area right here. It doesn't have to be directly above the triangle, but it has to be in this lower corner right here. So I'm going to do that. My mat is not very sticky, but hopefully it will stay put. Okay, I'm just going to move the mat so that it lines up. And now I'm going to close the clamp in the back and move the blade over so that it is somewhere in that bottom corner. Okay, so it's in the bottom corner. I have my settings on a cut speed of 10 and a force of 25. And I am going to click on the option to send to cutter. They look really good. Got a little tear right there, but I'm just going to go with it. All right, that looks great. And Uh-oh. A little bit worried about this one right here. Kind of got cut off right there. But I'm going to, I think I'm gonna just try it anyway. I have butcher paper. My heat press is set to 356 degrees Fahrenheit for 250 seconds. All of the images are here. I'm going to put the glass on top of the image with the flat side. There's a side that has a beveled look or a frosted look. Put them on the flat side. So I'm going to do that. Remember, none of my images are mirrored. And I do not plan to use any heat resistant tape. So my goal is to just get these sublimated without using any tape, because I found when using tape, sometimes you'll get tape marks like this. So you can see these tape marks. I really don't like that. So I'm not going to use any tape this time. I am going to just place them down good as I can with the hole at the top, making sure the hole is at the top. And the whole image is covered. There should be a little bit of overlap. You want there to be some overlap so the whole ornament gets sublimated completely. Now, if you are using a heat press like this, like a clamshell, I would say increase the pressure. So I did increase the pressure on mine. Okay, I think we're good. This one is the only one I'm a little bit worried about. This one right here, but no matter how it turns out, we're gonna go with it. Now I'm going to add butcher paper on top of this. I like to keep my butcher paper folded, it's just a habit. This heat press cover is linked below the video. Going to close it, press this, 356 degrees for 250 seconds. I have my heat resistant gloves, and I also have my Cricut heat resistant mat right here because I know these are going to be extremely hot. So let's see. This is always my, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me calm my nerves. You can get some twine like this, or you can get ribbon from Walmart, Dollar Tree, anywhere, and you can use that. These do come with a red ribbon, but I'm probably not going to use that. I'm probably going to use these and hang them on my tree. Let's look at this first one. This is all infusible ink. Look at how gorgeous this is. This is fantastic. No tape, no printer, no nothing. That was just Cricut infusible ink. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's going to look so gorgeous with that. Uh-oh. I think I sublimated on, I think I did this one on the wrong side. I added on the wrong, so that's what will happen if you do it on the wrong side, okay? Because I have to do that one again. It was completely on the wrong side. All right, so don't be like me, be better than me, because I sublimated on the wrong side. I'm gonna do that one again. Let's look at this one. Okay, here's this one. Look at that. It is fantastic and beautiful and very hot. So you can see I did not mirror, but if I turn it this way, it's going to look like it's backwards. So that's how you'll know. All right. And here is, that is hilarious. Here is the last one. This one, I think this one is my favorite this time. I love this. Look at that. I love it. So hopefully you have found this tutorial helpful, especially this, because this is nothing. Okay. So this will let you know if you did it on the wrong side, because you won't have an image. All right, I'm going to do this one again, but hopefully you have found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye. I was getting ready to make another mistake. Look, I need to put butcher paper on top. Bye.